On the Daniel Defense Omega rail here, you have a QD swivel attachment point in the rear, and it has limited travel. That means the swivel attachment cannot spin 360, which is a plus. The other option you have, if you're not using one of these rails or something else, is you can always use the Blue Force Gear universal wire loop. They make it in a short length like this and in a longer one. That allows you to attach it to almost any rifle you're going to find. I'm going to use a QD swivel up front. Good to go. Okay, I attach the front of my sling first. I make sure the patent pending slider is closed all the way. And I weave it through and then back. This locks it down up front. Now I go ahead and work on the rear. Okay, once you get it through, I take the tri-glide, weave it through the top, back through the bottom, and then back on itself. I come back around through here. This cinches it down and locks it into place. All right, like I said before, you can be doing this up here. You can be doing it in a combination of the two slots. You're going to have to work with it and see what works best for you. Okay, once I have this rear tri-glide locked down, I go ahead and take this tail and weave it back through the top of the slot. Once you get it though, piece of cake. Pull it back through. Now's when you want to check the sizing. It's hanging just a little bit too low. General rule of thumb, you want to have the top of the buttstock in the position you're going to use it most, right about the armpit. It's not too bad. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit though. Now for me, all I need to do is pick up my Tango Down plastic magazine with some USGI green tip and get ready to zero the weapon. Okay, now it's time to zero. Now I do this before I camouflage because I want to make sure everything's tight, snug down, and in the final location I want all the accessories to be. Then I'm going to paint the gun. This is your point of aim. That means this is where you're aiming with your red dot or your iron sights, and this is where you want your bullets to hit, roughly 2 inches below. You do not, under any circumstances, want point of aim, point of impact at 25 yards. That means I'm aiming here and my bullets hit there. That's bad, because that means at distance, 50, 75, 100, 125 yards, your bullets are going to be ridiculously high, and you've essentially turned a carbine, a rifle, into a submachine gun. And remember, your zero is not truly confirmed until you confirm it with your rifle, your ammo, your eyeballs at the actual distance, which means after I do this, I need to shoot at 100 to get the final zero dialed in. Okay, when you're shooting your groups here at 25 yards, whether it's red dot or iron sight, doesn't matter. You want at least 3-shot groups, preferably 5, but if you're limited on ammo, it's 3-shot groups, because remember, all you're doing is setting yourself up here and you're going to confirm it at distance. This is my aiming point. My point of impact was down here. My first 3-shot group was up top. A little bit bigger than I really liked, but that told me where the gun was hitting. Then I adjusted 20 clicks down, 4 clicks left. Okay, my next group was this one right here. Nice tight group, but halfway between my aiming point and my X. I then went ahead and brought the aim point down another 6 clicks. I did not touch my wingage. Right on top of the X. Picture perfect. Now we'll see how I do with my iron sights. I'm going to zero on the small aperture. I also turn off my aim point. I want to keep the aim point in place. Don't take it off. Leave it on there, because you want to have the same sight picture looking through it that you would have in combat, okay? You want to see the front sight however you're going to see it, looking through the aim point. Remember, got to focus on the front sight, nice trigger control, and try to get a nice 3-shot group. Okay, I can see I've got a good 3-shot group down there. It's to the left, slightly below the circle. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, iron sights, different flavors, different barrel lengths, different gas systems, different distances from the front sight to the rear sight. In terms of adjustments, they're going to be all over the place. You're just going to have to try a couple clicks and shoot again and see how it rolls. Okay, we're checking our iron sight groups. This was my first one. Good group. I'll definitely be happy with that one. I brought it down 3 clicks, right 3 clicks, and I came in down in the left-hand corner of the X. Remember, this is just to get us in the ballpark at 25 yards. We're going to confirm it at our actual zero distance of 100 yards. Now, I'm going to see if my zero is on. Red dot and iron sights. I'm going to shoot a 3-shot group on the steel. If I did my homework right, I'll get a first round hit. Okay, we zeroed it. Everything's locked down. We're ready to go. First thing we're going to do is degrease it. We want to make sure the paint's going to stick. We got a little bit of degreaser here and a rag. Going to give it a nice wipe down to get as much oil and solvent and dirt and debris off the gun as possible. Now, ready to tape it off. I'm going to tape off the key areas I do not want to get paint into. Okay, to be honest with you, she's ready to paint. Muzzle, white light, front and rear sights ready to go. The rest of it can be left as is and painted right over. Dust cover closed. Put your selector in whatever position you want it to be in. In this case, it's on fire. They're safe. It's up to you. Close it up. Put your magazine of choice in place. We're now ready to paint. Okay, now I've got my light color, desert tan first. You want to put it on first as a base coat. Notice some areas are darker, some are lighter, just like in nature. Okay, now, OD green. I'm not going to go as heavy with it. I'm just going to hit it in a few different spots. Looking pretty good. Okay, now, the dark brown to accent. I'm going to even use less of it than I did the green. There we go, baby. Okay, a combat-ready, zeroed, camouflaged M4, decked out, ready to go. Don't get any better than that. Going hot. If you thought what we just covered was cool and at home you're standing there with your newly camouflaged M4, stay tuned because later in the season we're going to revisit the M4, look at some of the latest and greatest full auto versions on the market, and visit a facility where special operations soldiers are trained on a daily basis for the war on terror.